you would, please take your seats. Or if you prefer to stand off to the side, please stand off to the side. All right, it's 5:30. We'll go ahead and call to order tonight's Operation Greenlight ceremony. Thank you all for coming out. Thank you for taking time out of your day to celebrate with us the tremendous sacrifice and honor of all of our county's veterans. To get us started this evening, I'd like to introduce our Director of Veteran Services, Gregory Koffos, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Greg?
Thank you. Everybody stand, please. Place your hands over your heart and begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Greg. I'd now like to introduce Supervisor V. Manuel Perez. Supervisor?
Good evening, everyone. It's been a long day, and I'll try to keep this short, although we do need to pay homage and obviously respect our veterans. And so I just want to say, tonight, this is not just happening here in the county of Riverside. This is actually happening throughout the U.S. And this is an effort that I believe began with individuals like Chuck, I believe with NACO, and Karen here locally, with CSAC, and rightly so. And let me just say that in the Coachella Valley, we have about 35,000 veterans. And I believe that we do everything we can out in the Coachella Valley to help support our veterans. And why we're here is not only to support them for what they've done as they've enlisted in the armed services, but as well so that we can support them once they come out and come back home. I think that's very important. And just one last thing before I move on here, is that when I was in the state legislature, my favorite committee was the Veterans Committee, because it was the one committee in which we actually all got along. It was the one committee in which Democrats, Republicans, Independents understood that it was beyond partisanship. It was beyond politics. And it was about our veterans, and it was about the United States of America. And so with that, let me just say thank you for this opportunity to speak, and thank you to our veterans.
Thank you, Supervisor. And next, we will have Supervisor Washington speaking to the role of veterans in our nation.
I should have had a challenge coin to give you right when I shook your hand. Yeah. Next time, let's do it over. Good evening, and yes, Supervisor Perez nailed it. It's been a long day. I want to thank you all for joining us at this year's Operation Greenlight ceremony for veterans. I'd like to especially thank Supervisor Spiegel for her partnership in hosting the ceremony, and Supervisor Perez for his remarks. Today's event touches my heart in a special way because I'm part of the veteran community, and proudly so. I also have the privilege of representing the 3rd District. And normally in this case, I don't like to talk about competition between districts, but I think it's a good thing that we challenge one another in each of our districts to see who's got the most veterans, right? So, the 3rd District boasts the highest concentration of veterans in Riverside County. I had the great honor and privilege of serving as a Navy officer and aviator for nearly 7 years, during which time I was deployed to the North Atlantic and also to Japan. Family separation is a real thing. It's a burden. The military spurred my drive for public service in a very meaningful way. I was thrusted into a role of service above self, and through it, I gained a family, a different kind of family, my military family. As you might imagine, or know firsthand, serving along someone quickly bonds you. To this day, all of these years later, I still keep in touch with my many fellow service members or sailors. It's important to keep those memories alive. Lighting our county administration center green spurs a conversation and raises awareness of veteran recognition. It keeps the impact of our service at the forefront of our minds. It may seem like a small gesture to some, but it is truly significant because in today's action, we participate alongside 3,000 counties across the nation, a testament to our military's sacrifice. That is what makes Operation Greenlight ceremony so significant. It is because of who we do it for. Thank you all again for showing your support tonight and your support of our military.
Thank you, Supervisor. And now speaking on the role of Riverside County and our veterans, Supervisor Karen Spiegel.
Thank you all for joining us here tonight. In Riverside County, our commitment to veterans is unwavering and steadfast. We recognize the sacrifice our servicemen and women have strived to ensure that they return to civilian life and that we give them the resources that they need. We try to support them with recognition that they highly deserve. Our county's programs and services, the veterans, are designed to honor their service by providing resources and assistance tailored to their unique needs. And I'm so excited with Greg here, being our new veterans man, and having been a veteran himself, he truly understands that everybody's situation, their story, their life is uniquely different. And so we have to be able to offer those. And as your 2nd District Supervisor, I'm proud to say that Riverside County has taken significant strides in advancing for the rights and welfare of our veterans. From mental health services to employment initiatives, from educational opportunities to housing assistance, our actions reflect our belief that veterans are not only the past and present of our great nation, but our future. And what's really exciting when we light this building up, we're going to have this lit up from tonight through November 12th after Veterans Day. So we have this entire week that we will be glowing green in honor and appreciation of our veterans. So today marks the beginning, and it is a tribute calling for a beacon of the recognition, the bravery, dedication, and sacrifice that our veterans have given. As the green light shines across the county, let us remind ourselves of the duty to serve those that have served us. I invite all community members to join in this powerful gesture. I know that in my home, we will put green lights at our house. They make green light bulbs you can put at your house. And I really encourage all of you to do something, whether it's the green light or find some way, big or small, to express gratitude. Not only this week, but you heard me say before, every day. Our freedoms we take for granted are there for us because of what our service members have done for us to protect those freedoms. We can't forget that. And so in the next few days, as we thank our veterans, we have to certainly not only thank them now, but for the future. This is not Memorial Day. This is Veterans Day. This is to honor them, not to memorialize. And so I'm really excited that we are taking this time and brought this as a reality to Riverside County and be a part of a nationwide program. So let us continue to work together to ensure that the light of our veterans' legacy never dims. Thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor. Now I would like to invite up Supervisor Spiegel, Supervisor Washington, Supervisor Perez, and our Veteran Services Director for a picture. And then we will, once everyone's got their picture taken, we'll do, what's that? Supervisor Jeffries, a late add-on. All right, we've got a late add-on given our late meeting. Please allow me to introduce Supervisor Jeffries also for, would you like to speak, Supervisor? No? All right, then for the photo here before the light switch. Just right here, kind of surrounding this light switch. This very official, very real light switch that actually controls the lights in the building. By remote. All right, Supervisor Spiegel, then I will count you down. And to anyone listening who's actually turning the lights on, we will turn the lights on 3. So, 1, 2, 3. So thank you all for attending this evening. Before we break, though, if you are a veteran and you're able to stand up, please stand up so that we can recognize you. If not, please raise your hand. Thank you to the members of our Veterans Advisory Committee for being out here this evening. Thank you to all veterans across the county, and most notably, thank you to our county employees who served. I'd also like to thank certainly the offices of the 2nd District, 3rd District, and 4th District, Robin Brock and her team, Phil Pauly and his team, Stephen Hernandez and his team. Special thanks to the facilities management team that actually puts the light bulbs in and makes sure that they work, and the RivCo TV team for setting up this event. The green lights that are illuminating our County Administrative Center symbolize our unwavering support for our veterans, a support that extends far beyond this week. It's a visual way to remind everyone in the community of the significance of their service and to express gratitude for the sacrifices made by our veterans. As we conclude tonight's Operation Green Light event in honor of Veterans Day, we want to express our deepest gratitude to our veterans for their unwavering dedication and service. Let us remember the significance of this day and continue working together as a community alongside our federal, state, and local partners to ensure that veterans have the resources and the support they need to thrive. Thank you, veterans, for your service. Thank you, Riverside County, for coming together to show veterans are seen, appreciated, and supported. The Board of Supervisors has to run in and continue their meeting, but please feel free to gather for pictures in front of the building. Good night.